Thank you. That's all your time. Mr. Perkins.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Ms. Vasharian, on the COVID payments, management's original intent was to fund the companies that were pre-revenue and had an analysis done of their run rate of their cash, how much cash they would have left, and only fund those that were in trouble. Is that not correct?
There were occasions when projects would be proposed by companies that were making revenue, right?
That wasn't my question, though. Please, would you answer my question? The original proposal was to fund only those companies that were pre-revenue that had a cash flow issue. Yes or no?
I don't think that was the only criteria, no.
You don't believe that? Well, management has told me that, and we'll have some management here perhaps in the future. The claim you made was all of these were going to companies that needed the cash. Like some of them had 100 months of cash on hand. Others, like Canfor Pulp, a very profitable global company, got almost $700,000 of COVID relief money. Could Canfor Pulp not have applied, and all your revenue companies, for CEBA and not have the Green Slush Fund fund them?
This was like, I don't have the details, but this was likely a project that was a clean tech project, either in, the management of forests or the, improvement of all the things that we're doing to
I didn't ask what the project was about. I have the list, and the list says you gave them $652,500 in March of 2020. They weren't struggling for revenue. I'll move on. I don't understand why you're giving massive global companies COVID money and why you thought you had to bail it out when the government already was.
Yes, Mr. Perkins, I'm sorry, there was a point of order.
Chair, this has happened a few times, and it just happened again. The witness is trying to give an answer, and she's cut off. So if we could just have the witness give that full answer, I think it would benefit the committee. I'm not here as a full member. I'm substituting today, but I think that's just basic decorum.
Yes, Mr. Fargascalos, you are correct. Mr. Perkins, it's important, out of fairness, to let the witness answer, and I would let Madame Verschuren maybe take a...
On that point of order?
Yes, Mr. Perkins.
If the witness will actually answer the question right out. These are simple questions. She's a sophisticated business person. She understands what cash flow, balance sheet, and income statements are. She can answer the question without trying to explain to us what the company is or what the project is. That has never been the question. And so in limited time, I would appreciate that she actually answer the question, or I will continue to try and get her back on subject.
Okay, Mr. Perkins, I'll let you continue with the 2 minutes and 13 seconds you have left, but I would appreciate that you let some time for the witness to answer for your further questions. So go ahead, Mr. Perkins.
So I will move on. Andrew Noseworthy, the ADM at the industry department, sat in all your board meetings. Is that correct?
Yes.
And what was his role in sitting in the board meeting? What would he do? Would he participate at all?
He was an observer. Yes, he would participate and talk more about updates at ISED, etc. But he saw all the proceedings of the boards.
And did he make reports back either to his boss, the Deputy Minister Simon Kennedy, or the minister about what was happening?
I'm not sure.
Did you ever have some conversations with him about the role of SDTC and the relationship with the government and their priorities outside of those meetings?
Yeah, on occasion, I did speak with him. Yes, he and I would talk on the telephone, and we would talk about proceedings, etc. And
relay any of that? Would he say he was relaying that or talking to the deputy, or it would get reported back at all?
He didn't talk to me about that, and he like we talked a lot about during the time that I was there, we got increased funds because the performance of STTC was doing so well. We got a an additional amount of funds.
Understand that you got an additional 750 million, I think it was 35 months
That's
ago.
correct. That's
Did-
correct. So
did-
it was big topics like that.
I'm sorry, I have limited time. Did you personally ever have chats with anyone in the minister's office or the minister at any time as chair about the fund?
The minister's office
Minister?
or the minister? Is that the question?
Yes. Did you ever talk to them about the fund?
No. Not the
Spoke
minister's
with the minister?
office, no.
Or the minister?
Not with the minister, no.
Even though you were at a number of presentations and announcements with the minister on STDC funding, you never talked to him about the business of the fund.
Look, he was extraordinarily interested, and I love his energy, in the performance of the entrepreneurs. And so that's what we spent our time with. And so he would come to the meetings and we would celebrate entrepreneurs and we would make announcements
Appreciates,
together.
he's
Thank you
big on
very
photo
much.
ops. I agree he's
Thank
big
you
on
very
photo
much,
ops.
Mr. Perkins. I'll